Such Vidiocy.
Hey everybody, welcome to Vidiocy. It's Matty.
Dylan.
And today we're bringing you part one of a special two-part series in which we discuss our top 10 video games of all time, at least for the moment. I mean, to be fair, if you asked me to do this list a week from now, a month from now, it probably really wouldn't change all that much. Maybe one game on, one game off. But the order could vary greatly. And these are definitely some of my favorite games of all time, but putting them in a concrete 1 through 10 order is a little tough, so this is what we could come up with at least for this video. Alright, so without further ado, here's our top 10 video games of all time for the moment.
Number 10.
Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2005 for the PlayStation 2. I like pretty much the whole of the Tiger Woods PGA Tour series. Started playing with 2002, played up through 2006 extensively, played 2007 a little bit. Played the version for the Wii a bit. Wasn't too fond of that. Didn't really like the motion controls that much, but most of the games I liked a lot. 2006 might actually be my favorite when it comes to gameplay in the game and graphics and course selection, but I went with 2005 mainly because it's the one I probably played the most, and it was my dad's favorite game. It was one we played together a lot before he passed away. And I still have super fond memories of playing it with him. In fact, I still have his character that he created in the game saved on one of my memory cards. Not only do I have the save file saved as it was when he passed away, so that's always there marked as a moment in time where we were in the game, but I have another save file from us, or a continued save file, copied save file, however you want to say it from there, so I can play as this character anytime I want to and sort of relive those memories of Dad and I playing the game. And now it's continued on with my son, Dylan, and I playing the game together. In fact, you can check out a video we did a few months ago, Chasing 40, where we tried to break the record on Cordia Lane that I had held along with my dad and our friend Greg for years and years. I mean, this goes back to probably even a couple years before my dad passed away, so probably about 10 years that record had stood, and we didn't beat it in that game, but a couple months later I was able to break the record, and now the record stands at 39, and I alone hold it, so that was a pretty spectacular night. The only thing that would have made it better is if my dad had been here with me to celebrate, but you know, like I say, I don't play it as regular as I did when my dad was around, but my son and I play together. I mean, my wife and I play it together. My daughter and I play it, so it's you know, fun for the whole family if you like golf, or if you like golf video games at least, and I certainly do. So, number 10 on my list, Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2005 for the PlayStation 2. Dylan, take it away with number 10 on your list.
Super Mario Maker.
One of the two newest games on either of our lists. No
Yeah.
spoilers, but this one and another game we're going to talk about both came out in September of last year. I love Super Mario Maker. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and there's so much creative
Content, creative ability, creative potential.
Yeah, and there's so much stuff, and they're adding more. Like there's like levels by Mario, the pigeon guy thing.
But the updates to the game would have really helped it out a lot, like checkpoints and the new coin key update that makes boss fights relevant for the first time, really.
Yeah, and I like the special, because it is where you play as a costume to a level like from that game or something.
Yeah, I just wish the costumes from the mystery mushrooms were available in all the different Mario versions, not just the original Super Mario Bros. Now, I'd like to see some Super Mario Bros. 2 content, but that's such a radically different game, it might be hard to put it in. The other games all play very similarly. That one's pretty different from the other, so I understand it might be hard to get in there. But whether they can get actual Super Mario Bros. 2 levels or not, they do need more Shy Guy.
Yeah, and fun fact, probably all of you guys know this, but Super Mario Bros. 2 is actually, the US version, is a reskin of Doki Doki Panic from Japan.
Fun fact number 2, which a lot of you people probably don't know, I have a Shy Guy tattoo.
Yeah, and Super Mario Bros. 2 in Japan is the Lost Levels, which I believe only came with the All-Stars pack here.
Yeah, as far as I know. That's the first time I ever saw it, and I was around for the original Super Mario Bros. So.
Yeah, I think they changed it because the Lost Levels were like too hard. What?
I just quietly mouthed, I'm old. You didn't even notice. And go check out our levels on Mario Maker. Done under me, Matty. Got a little black cap, mustache. Seair.
Bossness made by me.
Bossness. That's Goomba Bowling. That's one that a lot of people seem to like, although I'm not really sure why.
Super Kaizo Mario 4.
Alright, so number 10 for Dylan was Super Mario Maker for the Wii U. Number 9.
Number 9.
Wait. Did you just do 10 again?
Number 9.
Dylan just held up 10 fingers again for 9. Sticking with the Mario theme, Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. As far as like the classic Mario games and the 3D Mario games, like Super Mario Galaxy and whatnot, this is my favorite all time, hands down. Of course, this game introduced Yoshi, who's, you know, a great Mario character and makes a big difference in the game, and my all-time favorite power-up, the feather, which gives you the cave, which I think is great. I think it's even better than the Tanuki, or the raccoon tail, however you want to call it, the leaf from Super Mario 3. The thing I like the most about Super Mario World, though, is the fact that it's not just a game of linear progression, like you go through this level to the next level to the next level. Not only does it have a world map with choices of paths, like Super Mario Bros. 3 did, but it takes it one step further, that you have hidden areas and secret areas and places like the Switch Palaces that are essential to complete some levels, and some levels they just give you more options in them, but it's like you can go this path and get the extra stuff, or you can try to go as straightforward as possible. You can go a little ways around this way, and then go back this way. There's a lot of options, and I like the fact that there's hidden areas and extra stuff to complete. So number 9 on my list, Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Dylan, give him your number 9.
Link Between Worlds.
That's the one for the DS?
Yeah.
That's like a combination of Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, and something else, right? Or is it a remake of it? Explain it to me, because I haven't really played it.
I think it's about to be. I think it takes place like either like 100 or like 1,000 years after Link to the Past.
Well, isn't there a game that's like a remake of A Link to the Past?
I think it's kind of a remake, but it's a remake, but they made it story-wise a sequel, so it fits into the timeline, but really it's like a remake. And I just love the characters like Wario the Bunny with spoilers, the Dark World's Link. Like the Dark World's equivalent of Link. With the Dark World's basic, not the Dark World, low wool. Or look at it, high wool, low wool. It's basically everything's opposite. So, of course, Wario is non-courage.
And his name kind of sounds like Wario.
I like the renting/buying items from Wario. And I love how you can upgrade the items from, I forget what they're called, the like octopus things with shells on the back. No, well, they're different.
I'm going to throw out the first honorable mention here since you mentioned Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, the original Super Nintendo Zelda game. One of my all-time favorite games. I'm going to, real quick, since we're talking about Legend of Zelda, I want to throw out another honorable mention. The original Legend of Zelda game. One of the all-time greatest games, maybe the all-time greatest NES game. It's another game I play with my father. I had rented it back when I was renting a Nintendo, and then I got a Nintendo for Christmas finally. And like the next day, my dad and I drove over to the next town where the big toy store was to buy a copy of The Legend of Zelda because we love that game so much. Never did much with the second quest of it, even though you could skip right ahead to it by putting in Zelda as your character's name. But I knew the regular quest backwards and forwards where all the secrets were, and I loved playing that game. It was kind of interesting too because at that point I'd been used to games where you play through a level, you finish the level, you go to the next world. In The Legend of Zelda, of course, you stay on the whole world the whole time. That was my first introduction to a game of that type, where you just play on one overworld and you go in the dungeons and explore them, but then you come out, or the labyrinths in The Legend of Zelda, and then you just, the other ones are right there. You go to them in any order you wanted to, basically. I mean, some of them you had to get certain items in order to get to, like you had to get the raft to sail to the 4th dungeon.
Yeah, the reason why it's so big is because they're like working good on it and Mario at the same time, and Miyamoto wanted like one game that's more linear and one game that's more big and expansive. Number 8. Make sure to put the right number of fingers up this time.
We talked about one game that came out in September of last year that was so good. Now we're going to talk about the other one, Undertale, Toby Fox's groundbreaking role-playing game that everybody except for Pro Jared seems to love. No disrespect to Pro Jared, he's one of my favorite YouTubers. We watched a lot of people play this game once we had played through it, and he was the only one who wasn't particularly enthusiastic about it. I had heard of Undertale, but I wasn't really up on it whatever. I didn't even know what it was for sure. And then Dylan was watching Jacksepticeye play through it one day, and it was early on in the game. Spoilers if you haven't played it, but it was right around the time you get to Snowden, and then the battle with Papyrus. And I watched a little bit of that, and I'm like, Dylan, why aren't we playing this game? And then, so we stopped watching, so we got the game, and we played through it first, and then we watched Jacksepticeye play through it, we watched Commander Holly play through it, and so on and so forth. Then we liked it so much, we had Lexi from the Lexicon and from Vidiocy play through it just so we could watch it play through again, and now we're having Dylan's mother, my wife Casey, play through it, the videos of which you can see on Vidiocy every Saturday. That's how much we really like Undertale, and it is phenomenal. It's a great, fun role-playing game. It's a good role-playing game, but it's something so much more. The fact that you don't have to kill enemies, the fact that it has this mercy system is really cool, but it's not even what makes it so great. It's the humor and the sensibility of the game. It just does stuff you wouldn't expect. It's so funny, but it's so smart, too, and it's got so much heart, and it's just so different in so many small ways. It just really sets it apart. On any given day, it could be much higher on my list than number 8, but for now, I've got it slotted in nice and comfortably at number 8.
Sonic Rider. Yes.
For the PlayStation 2.
Yes. And it's
Undertale, of course, a PC game. Or a computer game. I guess you can get it on a Mac as well. But
and first, I love Sonic. And second, I love racing games. And third, I love co-op games. And this is all. And it's also hoverboards. And it's like coolness. And I just like it. And I like all the characters, of course. How couldn't you like a character from Sonic?
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Sonic Riders. This is one that's always escaped me why you like it so much. I mean, it's a fun little game, but I don't love it. I don't even really like it that much, to be honest with you.
I like Jet the Hawk. He's the fastest in the universe.
To be fair, I don't necessarily like a lot of racing games. I think a lot of racing games, I don't like the mechanics of them. There's really only 2 racing games I've ever really, really liked, and that's Mario Kart and Top Gear from the Super Nintendo.
And I also really like Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. Let me make sure to put the right number of fingers. 7!
You're good.
Okay, that's all right, so.
Number 7 on my list.
That's counting my fingers.
Lego Harry Potter, years 1 through 4. Now, Dylan and I are doing a Let's Play of Lego Harry Potter years 5 through 7 on Vidiocy right now, and it's a good game, but it doesn't hold a candle to Lego Harry Potter years 1 through 4. Lego Harry Potter years 1 through 4 is the first Lego game that I played through all the way. It's the first one I played seriously. I'd played Lego Harry Potter, not Lego. I played Lego Star Wars just a little bit with Dylan's older brother Marcus, but not very extensively. I mean, we've since played through it, and it's a pretty darn good game. And I mean, I knew it was a good game back then, but Lego Harry Potter years 1 through 4, which ironically enough was a birthday present for your sister.
And she has played it like one time.
She was a big Harry Potter fan. She still is, but she was a big Harry Potter fan at the time. We got it for her. But then you started playing it, and it looked really cool. So I sat down with you and started playing it. I just fell in love with it. I love the humor of the game. I love the puzzles in the game, and figuring out stuff, and the fact that you play through it once, and then you go back and do the free play levels to find the stuff you couldn't get before. I think it's great. I think it's got the right mix of action and puzzles, and I think there's enough hidden stuff to make you come back, but it's not to the point where like, oh, I'm going back over this level, I'm back over this level. It doesn't get tedious. It's really fun. And even though I love the Harry Potter books, and I don't like the movies so much because they deviate from the books a little too much for my taste, and the game does follow the movies more than it follows the books, but it has its own sort of storyline and its own twists and turns in its own way that it sets up some stuff that's just fun and funny, so it works, and it doesn't really offend my sensibilities as a Harry Potter fan. In fact, I think it's probably the best Harry Potter game I've ever played, period, and my favorite Lego game, and I like most of the Lego games, including, like I said, Lego Star Wars 2, Lego Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Lego Indiana Jones, Lego Lord of the Rings, Lego, aka the Lego Movie, Lego Marvel Avengers, the Lego Batman games. They're all really good to varying degrees, but to me, Lego Harry Potter Years 1 through 4 is the best of them. And of course, we played the Wii version because that's the system we had, but it's also available for PlayStation and Xbox consoles as well.
Yeah, I can't wait till the Lego Batman movie.
Cool.
Cannot wait.
I can't wait till the Lego Harry Potter movie. Yeah, no, that's not a thing. Go, pick up your list.
Skylanders Spyro's Adventure.
That's a good game. I really like.
That's the first Skylanders.
Yeah, I like playing through that with you. It was a lot of fun. Probably the best of them. I do like some of the mini games like Sky Stones they've added in later on.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think the original Skylanders is probably the best. Who's your favorite Skylander players in that game? Spyro usually.
Yeah.
I like Drobot. Who's a dragon robot. We've played all the subsequent Skylanders: Giants, Swap Force, Trap Team, Riot. What Super Chargers is the current one?
Yes, but I don't want to point out we have not beaten Swap Force and Up.
I understand. We've played them, is what I said, and they're all decent. But yeah, I'm with you. I think the first one definitely stands the test of time. Is the best.
Number 6.
Interesting that you're going with the fingers and no thumbs. I probably would have gone 5 on one hand, 1 on the other hand for 6. But, you know, whatever works for you. Super Paper Mario for the Wii.
And before you start anything, fun fact with the original Paper Mario, in Japan it's called like Mario Story, and you can, one of the ghosts in Luigi's mansion, you can actually see reading a book called Mario's Story.
Cool.
Continue on.
But I remember seeing the original Paper Mario for, I guess it was the Nintendo 64, but I never had the Nintendo 64, so I never got around to playing it. And this was actually, when we got our Wii, we went out the next day, and everybody in the family got a game for the Wii. I got Tiger Woods, your sister got Littlest Pet Shop, and this was your game. This is what you picked out, Super Paper Mario. And you were pretty little at the time, so you didn't really play it too much. You played a little bit, but I played through it while you watched. And that was my first experience. It was like a live Let's Play for you, I guess. And we had a great time doing it, and I fell in love with the game. I think it's not only is the gameplay a lot of fun, and switching back and forth between 2D and 3D and the different elements, so much fun to play. And I mean, it's just fun, like any classic Mario game is fun.
I liked the arcade.
But I think the story is just great. It's got humor in it, which is always fun, and it's got heart and it's got depth, and it's like a role playing game story almost. It's so deep. I think, in fact, there's Super Mario RPG, which is a good game, but I don't like it as much as a lot of people do. I enjoyed it; it was a fun diversion, but I don't think it's great or one of the greatest games of all time. This to me is the best Mario role playing game style game. It's not like a traditional turn based role playing game, but story wise, I think it's right up there with some of the best of all time.
Most likely the reason why it's like a role-playing game is because the other ones are role-playing games.
Yeah, I know the battle style is not really a role-playing game, but story-wise,
Yeah,
it's
it's
very
more of
similar
an
to a role-playing
action
game.
RPG.
I think it's great. It's phenomenal. But pick up your list.
Minecraft. I like it.
You know, I grew up playing Minecraft, except it had better graphics. We called it Lego.
You can be as creative as you can be a Mario Maker, but even more creative. And it's so much fun. And you can make mods and texture packs with just add more and make it. And you can add like shaders which make the graphics way better. But I like the normal Minecraft graphics.
I have nothing to say about Minecraft. I have no use for the game whatsoever. I know a lot of people love it, but I'm not one of them. All right, well, that's the first half of our top 10 list. Want to recap them for the people real quick?
Number 10 was Mario Maker for me.
Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2005 for me.
Number 9 was Link Between Worlds for me.
Super Mario World for me.
Number 8 was Sonic Riders for me.
Undertale for me.
Number 7 was Skylanders for me.
Lego Harry Potter Years 1 through 4 for me.
And number 6 was Minecraft for me.
And Super Paper Mario for me.
And that was the first half.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. We hope that you enjoyed it as well as all the videos we bring you on Tuesdays, Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and whatever days we feel like dropping a little Vidiocy on your heads. Hey, I don't have to tell you all how to YouTube, though. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. And we'll be back with more Vidiocy before you know it. But for now, I have been Matty.
Dolan.
And we will video see ya. Peace out, y'all.